Thank you. Thank you, Carlos.
That's a Shelley question. She's probably home by now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Fine, yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, right there.
Wo ist Otto?
Getting beers.
A journalist asked whether Otto would tell us the plans for Rotterdam, and we decided that the plan maybe was that they would drink some Dutch beer in Rotterdam. Otto. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to begin the press conference for this second leg of the 2026 season of Longines League of Nations here from the World Equestrian Centre, Ocala. And Germany, who have been in the mix here over the previous 2 years, stand supreme finally, having been very, very good, of course, in our Grand Prix the last 2 years running, with those two gentlemen there being our last two Grand Prix winners. First of all, Otto, congratulations as team manager. You must be very pleased with the performance of the boys.
Yeah, thank you very much. What a week, what a team. I have no words for the whole week. We had a great week. And then today, the Nations Cup to win. Personally, it means a lot to me, and I'm very, very proud, I must say. But I also want to add, before I forget it, sorry, a big thank you to the Roberts family, to the organizer, to Longines, to the sponsor with the entire team, and special words for the course builder. It was a fantastic course, and I appreciate this, what we saw today, and I think it was advertising for the sport.
Thank you, Otto. And I'd just like to mention that we have Mason Jordan with us on behalf of the Roberts family here tonight, and I think, absolutely right, being led from the front there, a round of applause for what the Roberts family have created here for us, and as I'm sure Scheindorfer on behalf of Longines somewhere as well, and the support that they give the sport is absolutely incredible. Thank you for mentioning those, Otto. René, if I could start with you, you got to be the fourth man, but with two European champions and an Olympic champion, but tell us a tiny bit maybe how the conversation went.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to be in the team with these riders that have achieved so much, and I think like after the first round we just discussed that it probably would make most sense to send these guys back in there, and they proved that it was for sure the right decision. They all jumped clear again in the second round, and I'm really thankful to be in a team like this, and it's an unbelievable feeling to win here.
Absolutely, and talking of a rider who has won here, I'm going to jump down to Christian. Christian, you've been here quite a bit this spring at World Equestrian Centre, taking a big win. Tell us about riding and maybe how tonight has been different, like it's been beyond.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here in the past weeks a couple of times because I think it's probably the most amazing venue to produce horses, because I had a couple of new horses and younger horses, and I really like to come here and to work with my horses. It's a really great and unbelievable place for horses and for us. So I really enjoyed it, and of course I was always looking forward to this Longines League of Nations show, because this is just the top level of sport we have, and I mean we are athletes and we always look forward to have the best competition possible, and we knew this will happen this week. And we have to say that we, as a team, actually had an outstanding week. We were first and second in the Grand Prix. René won the big class yesterday. We won the Nations Cup today. We had 3 clear rounds in the second round. There's no complaints from our side, I think. And I think in general it was really great sport again. It proved that this format is so exciting. I think it's the most exciting one we have actually when we talk about Nations Cups. Everything can happen in the second round. Also today it happened. I think it's a great format for our sport, and especially this show here, Ocala. I said that already 2 days ago. It's a very special venue for our sport, and I really hope that we will have the championship here one day, because it feels like a championship also tonight, especially when you go under the lights in the second round. It's such an incredible atmosphere, and we all love that.
Very exciting for us all to see Checker. You really brought the big guns here for Longines League of Nations, which shows how seriously you took it. He's double clear. Clearly he's feeling very good.
Yeah, I mean, I've not ridden him basically for the last 3 months. I was in a lucky situation that Lutke and Sophie kept him fit and kept him in shape after he had a little bit of a time off over Christmas and New Year. That makes my life definitely a bit easier. I was a little bit, I wouldn't say nervous, but kind of thinking about how this will be actually, because I didn't have that so far. But I rode him 3 days at the farm last week, and he already gave me that feeling that he's in a really good shape. And today, I really have to say he's 16, but I can't feel any difference to like 2-3 years ago. He feels so fresh, he feels so excited for the sport, and I think especially the second round, he showed all of us how much he enjoys the sport.
And Richie, actually, it's a kind of a good segue to you, because sometimes you are not riding your horses so much in the lead up to an event. We remember that with United at the League of Nations finals. Tell us about Claudio tonight, and also maybe your thoughts on Alan Wade's course.
Yeah, I had indeed a bit a similar situation than Christian had. Claudio was located at home. I was located over the winter circuit here in Florida. Also had the pleasure to use this facility a couple of times to bring up horses and to give horses a great experience. But yeah, thanks to my team, they really brought Claudio over in best shape. And not as much probably as Christian with Checker, but also Claudio and myself, we're a great team. We know each other inside out. We had some great success last year already. He really stepped up last year into the best shows and into the top sport. So we have a relationship. We were separated for a couple of weeks. That makes it always a bit extra exciting. But yeah, we both can't be thankful enough for our teams at home that brought those horses over in that good condition and made us shine tonight.
And your thoughts on Alan's course?
Yeah, we have to give him a big compliment. I long time didn't see a course where all the faults were so spread out. There was not one situation where you had the feeling, oh, that's the line where everyone is gonna struggle or everyone has a rail. It was really spread out from beginning of the course until end of the course, and each line had their difficulties. But it was obviously very possible to do it in a well shape and yeah, in a clear round. I think in the first round we had 13 clears. I'm not sure how many double clears, to be honest, but in general we saw very good sport tonight. It was a super course. Time allowed was just right, and yeah, we have to be very thankful for course builders like him.
Yeah, so between two riders there, we have compliments to the course and the format that has come together to give us a great night and a great result. And it's slightly in a way for you, Andre, as our Grand Prix winner, almost a home victory because of your relationship with Ocala. Talk to us again, for those who weren't here the other night, slightly about that.
Yeah, it feels like home because I'm coming here since, I don't even know, more than 25 years every winter. And it's always like 2 or 3 months that I'm staying here with my horses. And it got more and more and more. And now my son studies here, and he lives here full time now. And that helps me to have the family over more often because the wife and the daughter are coming more often now. So that's cool. And the only thing, I have a house here. The only thing missing here in Ocala is really a house in the Golden Ocala Polo Club.
The winner's prize next to you, Mason?
I was trying to, so if you could help me out with this. So.
So this is the first time really that you encouraging and saying to these guys, actually Florida is good. This has worked to your advantage because other times they're coming in, they're your competitors. Now they're your colleagues.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, Chikaria is a fantastic horse for you, the European champion. Tell us how he has felt tonight. And again, did you feel when you'd had the rail in the first round, it's like, oh, I might be the one who has to sit out?
Yeah, it happened before, but I was pretty confident that she jumped very, very good already the first round. I didn't have a hind boot on. I was taking it almost too easy in the schooling area, so there were a lot of things because I felt already so comfortable. And then to me, this is just a few weeks ago. I had Otto on the phone, and he said, "Are you sure? Like, can we do the Nation Cup with her? And like, is she going to be far enough?" And I said, "Well, there's enough weeks." And so now she did a 4-star, a 5-star, and we just really brought her back up, and she never ever once gave us a weak jump or a weak class. Like, she's just producing after her long way being out, like after a long time being out, and it's just incredible. And we talked about that a lot, that it's not normal that a horse comes back so quick and so strong to produce on that level so quickly, and then also delivers right away again. So that's why I should have been happy with the first round, but of course I was a little sad. But then I was pretty confident, and Otto pretty early told me that she jumps again for sure, the second class. So that's why I knew pretty early today. And then, we put a little hind boot on, and she was like a dragon in the schooling area. The second round, she was just so switched on that she got very awake and very careful, and I had to fight a little bit more in the second round than in the first round. But she gave it all for me again, and it's just, that horse is just such a lion and such a trier that I'm blessed with this horse, and I'm very happy to be part of that team.
Otto, a tiny bit, I know it is a long way away, but for Rotterdam now, you have such strength and depth. Katja Eckermann, Sophie Hinnes, Philip Weishaupt, I could name many, many others. These guys are still going to have to work hard to be on your team in Rotterdam, yes?
Yeah, for sure. This is a new challenge, and today is today, and Rotterdam is Rotterdam. So we see. But they did well, so I think they have a little advantage.
And that is as much as we will get. Are there any questions from the assembled media here tonight?
First off, I want to say Glückwunsch. And for Andre, I wondered, because you won the big class earlier this week and now you're back on the podium, does it feel different when it's part of the team versus having been the winner on your own?
It always does feel definitely more special when you win with a team. That really is the truth, because that being together the whole week and everybody's, of course, it's always easier to ride for yourself because you know you just do it for yourself. But if you have teammates and you don't want to let them down, and there's just somehow there is more pressure, but also there's way more fun when you do it together as a team, because then everybody's gonna hopefully celebrate a little afterwards. And so it's just, it feels even more special to sit here today. But of course, there was more winning money for me on Thursday.
Golden Ocala.
Does anyone else have questions? Renee, did any of your teammates give you advice heading into today for Nations Cup?
Yeah, definitely. We spoke for sure before, like about the course already, like how we're gonna plan which line, and definitely also like the line to the double, like if we're doing 5 or 6 there. So we definitely made a plan together, and that's really helpful, especially like being with such experienced riders on the team here. So that was definitely very helpful, and yeah, it's great to be on a team like that.
Thank you.
Okay. Richie, I know we spoke previously about your string of stallions that you have. Tell us a little bit more about this one. I know you've said before that you have pretty relaxed stallions, but he looks a little spicy.
Yeah, Claudio, we have him in our stable since about 1.5 years. He came along very, very well. We really grew together. We started in small enough classes, needed to get experience together, needed to figure out each other. The beginning wasn't too easy, but he got more and more consistent last summer already. Did some Nations Cups already last year and finished the year in a great shape in Geneva, jumped the top 10 final there. So yeah, we were already very pleased with him, how he came along last year, and starting the year like this is obviously very promising for yeah, this circuit. But he's spicy, but I have to say always still well behaved. He knows he's a man, but he can control himself. So we're very happy with him.
I don't know who told you that about Richie Stallions. So United nearly killed me on Sunday. So any more for any more? Ladies and gentlemen, you play an important part in all of this as well, telling the stories of these incredible athletes. But when you do it, please do remember Longines, League of Nations, and World Equestrian Centre Ocala. That's super important for us to get the message out in the right way so that people know what they're tagging onto and looking at for the future to track these riders. But for the moment, it is congratulations to our winners tonight here in Ocala for Germany: Andre Thiemer, Christian Cooper, Richie Vogel, René Dipper, and their team manager Otto Becker, our team from Germany.